Okay, so here's what we want to do. We want to take an infographic and we want to split it into multiple pages to be printed. And the idea would be that we're going to kind of cut out the extra white space in those pages and then tape them together, or present them together in terms of some sort of poster on the wall. And we're doing this in a really easy way that's not pro at all, but it's just how we split it. So here's the way I figured out. Infographic gets downloaded typically as a JPEG. You could download it as a PDF. In this case, I have a JPEG file of my infographic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click it, and then I have Acrobat Pro on my computer, so I'm going to hit Convert to Adobe PDF. And what that's going to do is it's going to open it up in Adobe PDF. And then I'm going to go to File, and then I'm going to go to Print. And I have a couple different options here. One is I can go to the actual printer that has the size of paper that I want to use. So in this case, I want to use tabloid size paper. So I'm going to go paper size, I'm going to hit tabloid, and then I'm going to hit OK. And then down here on the poster option, I'm going to click poster if I need to. I'm going to deselect tile only large pages. And then I'm going to bring my overlaps to 0. And if the printing messes up, I might need to change that. Then my tile scale, basically what I'm going to do is kind of play with the scale numbers until I find something that fits this aspect ratio. And I'll show what I mean by this. So in this example, 355, because I've done this before, is a pretty good tile scale. And so what we'll see is on our tabloid size paper, it's split into 3 different sections, and it'll print us 3 different pages. And what's going to happen is these are about as close as I can get in terms of margins, lining up exactly with what I want it to be when I print it on tabloid. And I can just mess with this tile scale for each individual infographic I'm working with in order to kind of get it to print at the optimal aspect ratio, the optimal enhancement, in order to flow over multiple pages. The other thing I can do is I can make a new PDF, and the way I would do that is go to Adobe PDF as my printer, go to Properties, set my page size as the page size I want to print to, so for example tabloid, hit OK, and now because I've already had my tile scale set at the same thing, I can see that I have these 3 different images that are going to print over 3 different pages, and what I'm essentially doing is not printing, but I'm saving. When I print to a PDF, I'm just creating a new PDF and I'm going to save it. So when I hit print, now it's going to do this progress meter, and then I can just go to my desktop and then give it a good name, like infographic for printing, and I'm all saved and I'm all set, and that way I can access that later on, and it will be in the form. Now we can see 3 different pages. So we've got 3 different pages and they're split right here. Splits aren't perfect, they don't split like at logical spots, but the idea here is I'm going to cut these things and then I'm going to tape them together later on.